At its height, the Roman Empire stretched from the wind-swept highlands of Scotland to the burning sands of Arabia. It spanned 3 continents and ruled over more than 70 million people, nearly a quarter of the world's population at the time. Its armies were unmatched. Its roads connected distant provinces. Its laws, language, and architecture laid the foundation for Western civilization. Rome was not just a city, it was an idea of order, of power, of eternity. And yet, despite all its glory, despite centuries of dominance, Rome fell. Not in a single moment, not in a single battle, but through centuries of slow erosion and sudden catastrophe. Why did it fall? What cracks weakened the foundations of an empire that seemed invincible? And could the same forces be at work in our world today? This is not just a history lesson, it's a warning whispered through time.
Long before the empire's final collapse, signs of decay were everywhere. The 3rd century saw chaos, 26 emperors in just 50 years. Most met violent ends, few died of natural causes. Power became a prize won by the sword, not earned by leadership. The Praetorian Guard, once Rome's protectors, auctioned off the throne to the highest bidder. The economy faltered. To fund constant wars and bribes, emperors debased the currency, reducing the silver content in coins. Inflation followed. Basic goods became unaffordable. Wages lost value. Bread riots became common. Taxes soared, but only the poor paid them. The wealthy bribed officials or used legal loopholes. Infrastructure crumbled. Roads went unrepaired. Aqueducts failed. In many regions, trade slowed to a crawl. And the military? Once Rome's pride, now a patchwork of mercenaries. Fewer Romans volunteered to fight. Barbarians were hired instead, paid to defend borders they barely cared about. And beneath it all, a deeper rot. Citizens no longer believed. In the Senate, in the emperor, in Rome itself. External pressures mounted, but it was internal weakness that let the storm in. In 376 AD, the Visigoths, fleeing the Huns, sought refuge inside Roman borders. They were promised safety, but were extorted, abused, and starved by corrupt Roman officials. Desperate and furious, the Goths rebelled. In 378, they annihilated a Roman army at the Battle of Adrianople. Emperor Valens was killed, a shocking blow to Roman pride. Then came 410 AD, the unthinkable. The Visigoths, led by Alaric, sacked Rome. For the first time in 800 years, the eternal city had fallen to an enemy. Meanwhile, Vandals ravaged North Africa, cutting off Rome's grain supply. Attila the Hun terrorized the eastern provinces, demanding tribute. Rome, too large to control, was split into 2 halves, east and west. The east, with wealth and strong cities, endured. The west, plagued by weak leadership and vulnerable borders, began to unravel. Disease followed famine. Malaria, smallpox, and unknown fevers swept across the empire. Some towns vanished entirely. The countryside emptied. Even culture changed. As Christianity spread, Rome's traditional gods faded. Latin became fragmented. The unity of belief and language that once held the empire together was now fading fast. By the mid-5th century, Rome was Roman in name only. Real power lay with barbarian generals, not emperors. The last emperor of the West was a boy, Romulus Augustulus. Placed on the throne by his father, he ruled a crumbling state for barely a year. In 476 AD, a Germanic warlord named Odoacer deposed him. No one replaced him. No Senate meeting, no imperial coronation. The Western Roman Empire was gone. Not with a final battle, but with a whimper. The Eastern Empire, based in Constantinople, would survive another 1,000 years. But the Western dream of Rome, of the Pax Romana, of civic grandeur, had ended. A dark age was beginning. But the echoes of Rome would never truly vanish. Why does Rome's fall still haunt us? Because the causes weren't distant or exotic. They were deeply human. And they're still with us today. Rome collapsed under the weight of political corruption, economic inequality, military overreach, apathy among citizens, disconnection between rulers and the ruled, foreign pressures intensified by internal decay. Look at our world. Hyperinflation, wealth concentrated at the top, declining trust in democratic institutions, empires stretched thin, struggling to maintain global order. No, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Rome's whispers echo through every collapsing bridge, every failed state, every lost sense of common purpose. If we don't listen, we may follow the same road. Rome's fall was not just a historical event. It was a warning wrapped in time. It reminds us that no civilization, no matter how powerful, is immune to decline. That greatness must be maintained, not assumed. As we walk our crowded cities and read headlines of division and conflict, ask yourself, what keeps a society strong, and what weakens it from within? Rome did not fall in a day. It fell every time its people looked away. So let's look closely. Let's learn. Let's build something that endures. If you found this story worth hearing, subscribe to our channel, because history isn't over, and neither is Rome.